know about Jason as a local.
Yes. Yes.
It is 75 degrees right now. Just letting you guys know.
Oh my god.
We have like the craziest wind of all time right now.
I just saw your picture, man. So much.
I finally got to see some blue. I have not seen blue sky in a while. It's just a little patch, like right above my house. It's crazy.
Nope, graze anything today. It was a little bit blue yesterday.
My mom will send me like a picture of the forecast if it's like under 60 with like the cold freezing emoji. Like, you getting ready? I'm like, yep. It's be a little chilly.
You guys have snow though, right, Scott? It's snowing.
Yeah, we have snow. We have snow.
Ugh.
It all melted, but we got some overnight and this morning.
Yeah, we don't have any snow.
At one point, like you couldn't even see. I should have taken a video of it because where I worked, I work in the woods basically. I have surrounded by these trees, and like it was just snowing like crazy, and there was no visibility. Like you could not see. You had no idea there were like trees there. It was wild.
Nuts.
I should have taken a video of that.
Yeah, we had.
Oh, we got a superstar in the chat. Magic Carpet Guides.
Super fan.
I know that person. She is just outside the door.
Yes. Yeah, that wind yesterday was crazy. Like you could, because like our bed is right up against the one wall that's kind of the direction the wind was coming from, and like I could hear the wind hitting the house. Like I was like, "Holy God!"
Yeah.
Like I was in Twister. Yeah, I hate that we can't be on Instagram, but once we have 3 people, we can't. It sucks. They need to fix that. They kind of fixed it that first week.
Do you get a lot of people that watch that when you're live?
Yeah, we do. But what are you gonna do? Otherwise, we're just looking at our tops of our hats. It's kind of dumb. Oh well.
It's funny. I can see analytics from like my videos, and what did it say? Like people are getting. It was funny with my last video, Mike. Like somehow people are getting to one of our listener question shows from that. Is what I was seeing. like people are being directed. Like they'll watch like the half marathon video and then they'll go to like a BRCast podcast like listener question show, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Rock on, keep driving the traffic, brother. Whatever it takes. I don't think people ever watch our videos. That's good.
Yeah, but mine's like it's showing up as like a suggested video for people like to go to that.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, here we go. So this is 2822. Oh, this is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, last show of the year. Here we go. Everybody else is doing like a big retrospective. We're doing listener questions for the 1000th time.
We could do something about New Year's too, but I don't know.
Good. You want to?
Oh yeah, we could.
We'll see. I just don't know if I want to if Jason can handle the pressure of the Ask a Local.
Oh God, here we go. Under
We'll
fire.
make it fun, dude. We'll make it fun. That's what I was thinking, dude. Yeah.
I normally have Troy Aikman asking me questions, so you know, it's similar pressure.
I mean, it's like we could pretend like we're Joe Buck.
I mean, combined, me and Mike have 0 Super Bowl rings. So,
Troy, what do you think about the chances tonight against that big Falcons D?
I know Stranger Things finale on New Year's Eve. Like they're gonna play it in theaters here too. So that but on New Year's Day. So it's like, do we not watch it on New Year's Eve and try to be spoiler free and then go watch it in theaters? We haven't decided yet.
Paige was talking about that too.
It is so hard to stay spoiler free on Twitter. Like you just can't.
So maybe we might do both. Actually, we might just watch it and then go and do a rewatch in the theater, which would be kind of. I think it'd be cool to watch in the theater.
That would be crazy in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it. All right, here we go. I should. That's like an 80s thing.
I don't. I mean, well, it's like kind of weird, like sci-fi kind of thing going on with it. But
like scary stuff. I'm not into scary. Like
it's not necessarily scary. It's kind of like fake gory in a way. Like I don't know how you would describe it, Jason. But like you would love like the soundtrack, Mike, and like the little Easter egg nods to the 80s. Like you would love that.
I saw on Twitter today they had like a picture of our like a bumper sticker from Six Flags St. Louis, like, and it was from when I was a kid. Like it had the old font and everything. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly from when I was a kid. Six Flags over Mid-America. It used to be called.
Barack, really quick though. Emily is like 2 episodes away from being caught, so don't want to spoil too much. Like we're almost caught up. So
gotcha.
All right, here we go. For real start. Okay, 28-22. Here we go. Welcome to episode 2822 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you and happy New Year's Eve. Welcome to the last show of 2025. As we close out another podcast year here, we are going to wrap up with a big retrospective of listener questions. That's what we do. We're not looking back on the year. I mean, you guys, you know what happened. We did a show every other day and we talked about it throughout the year. But if you want to share about, your biggest news story in the Disney universe, come over to the Clubhouse. That's what we do every day. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Clubhouse. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking about that today over there as we get ready to kind of have a big community celebration throughout the night in the Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse, because that's the safest place to celebrate. Because, me, I'm probably not going anywhere. I'll be watching the ball drop in New York City from the safety of my couch tonight and probably eating pizza, maybe going to bed before midnight. Who knows? That's the glory of being in the central time zone. I get to watch it a little bit early and, do all that stuff. But the old days back in Epcot, man, those were the days with my friends. Wish I could do that again, but maybe sometime soon we'll relive those days. And speaking of friends, I got to do that with many times. Scotty G here from Must See Adventures up in a snowy East Lansing. Scott, happy Wednesday. Happy New Year's. What's up?
Happy Wednesday. Happy New Year. Final episode. I feel like I've been on the final episode of the year, like the last 6, 7, 8 years. I just feel like Pam and Ricky just peace out on us, Mike. And it's just you and me. Well, not just you and me though. We might have a surprise visitor today. Is that right?
We have a superstar. We have between the three of us, we have one Emmy, which is pretty awesome. Our Clubhouse superstar.
I have my daughter Emmy. No,
you do. I forgot about that. Yeah, Emily. Oh, it's a little blurry there. It's got to bring it into focus. Yeah, I see the base. You got that zoom effect going on there.
I do, because our background it's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. But
we're not showing the mess.
Oh my gosh, that Emmy.
The Emmy goes to the Be Our Guest Podcast.
That is amazing. So joining us, we have Jason. You can check him out at CFB Numbers on Twitter, where he is an analytical wizard when it comes to football, both the NFL and college football. But he also knows his Disney local down in Walt Disney World down in Celebration. Jason, thanks for joining us today, and you'll be with us on Friday. What's going on? Happy New Year's.
What's up, guys? Happy New Year's. I feel like 2025, just in terms of the Discord growing and just my relationship with you guys too, I feel like 2025 was a big year. So yeah, we had a great year. I'm excited to get to 2026 and I'm excited to be on the podcast.
Glad to have you.
I graduated high school in 2001. And I'm just
shut up.
I know, Mike. I know you're older.
Great. I was in sixth grade for 2-3 years at that point.
And I'm just oh my God, I have a 25th anniversary reunion this year. But what got me really crazy is this decade is 25% done already. How is that possible? I just, it doesn't make sense to me. But
sometimes you're supposed to reflect on things and sometimes you're just not. I try not to think about those things because my daughter turns 18 in 2 days. My youngest. And Paige will turn 30 in 2026. 30. I have those memories of going to Pop Century with her when she was 4. Stop.
I'm turning 30 in 2026 as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Time is
there's some big birthdays this year. I have a friend, mutual friend Mike, Jason knows him too. That I won't say his name, but he lives close to St. Louis there, who will be turning 50 this year as well. So just some big birthdays.
We'll just call him the J-Man over on the east side. Over on the east side. All right. Happy birthday.
Not only is it my 30th birthday, it's also Father's Day the exact same day, and it'll be my first Father's Day. So I will basically be king of the world for 24 hours.
Yeah, as you should. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still hoping for a Father's Day birth date, Yeah. I don't know if the timeline works around there, but that would be kind of sweet.
That'd be wild.
Oh no, that's more like Mother's Day, isn't it? The due
it's
Mother's Day.
Yeah, so it's around Mother's Day.
That's
so
right.
It may be Veronica's first Mother's Day. It might not be.
That's what I'm rooting for. I was getting my
Veronica,
I should probably have a
Veronica-
gift on standby though, right? Like just in case.
If the math is that, she's probably not looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, we're not having baby's not being born on
That
Father's
would
Day. That's impossible.
That'd be crazy.
We're gonna have a cranky mother. That's the case.
This is what happens when you get 3 guys on the panel for once. Like we never have 3 guys, and all of a sudden we're going like the gestation period of an elephant or something. The numbers aren't math in here. Like we're not getting right. All of a sudden people are like, wait, what? Wait, Father's Day, that's not working out here.
I got her a gift, and it has May's birthstone in it, so I don't know if that's like a jinx, but it's pretty safe. It should be May.
It's a good call, but yeah,
she's listening too. Like, there's no spoiler on that. I guess, right?
Live.
I'll have a gift ready to go.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Well, hey, real quick though, Disney tie-in. Pam surprised me for my very first Father's Day back when Mallory was born with a trip to Marceline, Missouri. Like, just woke me up that first Father's Day, said, "Get up, pack your bags." I was like, "What? We're going somewhere." I was like, "Where are we going?" "We're going to Marceline." I was like, "Shut up. Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, get in the car." And we did, and it was fun. We stayed in a bed and breakfast that was the Uptown Theater where he showed some train movie. It was really fun. So
I know this is a listener question and this is a trip planning podcast, so I got to just throw this out there. Like, that kind of stuff is hard to do these days for adults, especially. Like, you can surprise your kids. I know we have our friend from Pittsburgh that's surprised their kids at Christmas time. They're down there right now for a trip. So you can do that. Like, "Hey kids, we're going to Walt Disney World tomorrow." You can't do that as adults because you don't know what their work schedule is like, you don't know if they can get the time off. Like, I had to do this with my in-laws last year for our cruise that we went on. And I couldn't really surprise them because I had to ask "Hey, can you get these 5 days off of work?" So I would just love to do that. Just wake up one morning and be like, "Lo, Liz, we're going to Walt Disney World today." Gosh, that would be so awesome to do.
That's good.
That would be the best. Yeah, I feel like if you did that, Liz would have more anxiety than excitement.
Yeah.
She'd be like,
because then you got to think well, how do I get my time off? I had this big meeting in 2 days. It's just
now do I have to get?
do.
I have to get the house ready. I have to get this ready. But no, I totally.
I wish we lived in a society where we could just do that, just randomly surprise adults with trips. But anyway,
looking back on that, the only reason that worked because at the time we were both teachers and it was a summer. And Mallory was a baby, so she had arranged it where her parents were going to watch Mallory because Marceline's only 3 hours away. So we just got in the car, drove for one night, and we dropped Mallory off at her parents on the way because her parents were on the way to Marceline. So yeah, but being teachers, that helped. But yeah, nowadays probably we're not doing that. If I woke her up now and Pam does not like surprises, dude. If I did that to her, I
would love to do that. I would just love to surprise someone like
she
that.
She would not like that. It was cool. I was like, "Wait, what? Really, Mallory on Father's Day?" Yeah, you've always wanted to go there. You kept reading books about it, and so I was like, "Okay, let's go." All right, we gotta get to the questions. We got this one said urgency level, a Christmas story. So I know we're a little bit past Christmas, but this one came in a couple days ago. Got to take care of this one before the end of the year. We're under the time crunch, and this one's super creative. So here we go. It says, "Merry Christmas, Mike and BOGP crew. I wanted to report back after you and Pam answered a question a few months back on how to tell our kids on Christmas morning about our upcoming Disney trip. I appreciated the advice about using a method that appeals to them at their age. They're 12 and 15 years old, not allowed on social media yet, so we came up with another way. Mad Libs. The word game that has you racking your brain about English parts of speech? Well, play it every once in a while. So I used the aid of AI, informed a Mad Lib to surprise the kids Christmas morning after a few presents were opened. I printed it out on similar paper and stuck the sheets in the Mad Lib book so they were totally fooled. The plan unfolded better than I imagined because I was about halfway through reading the story aloud when my daughter goes, "Mom, is this for real? We're going to Disney? This isn't just a story you're manifesting and dreaming about?" I was ecstatic to reassure them that this is for real. This dream is becoming a reality in February. As the day went on, the news of an epic family Disney trip kept sinking in and the excitement kept growing. Thank you, Mike, Pam, and the crew for the encouragement. And sorry to stump you, but maybe another listener can be inspired and use an unusual form of entertainment to add to the reveal for their next Disney trip. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Kylie from Virginia. And she says, you're welcome to read this on the podcast if you like. Our kids call us Chads, a longtime nickname for their dad, and Chalms, short for Superintendent Chalmers from The Simpsons, because I say their names the way he says Skinner sometimes. They really are sweet and funny kids most of the time. Our dog's name is Fezzik, Fez for short. Okay, so we got a little background on the family here. So here it is, and I'll read it real quick. Here we go. So it says, "'Twas the morning of Christmas, and all through the house, Addie and Cade were stirring, quiet as in," and there's an adjective, and it says prickly mouse. "They opened their gifts with hearts," and it says verb ending in ing, thwacking fast, revealing a surprise vacation that was built to last. Chads and Choms announced to them, "We're all going to Disney World. No time for any," plural noun, "Fez dogs. We're flying in an airplane!" Exclamation. "Huzzah! For 5 days at the beginning of February, we'll stay at Pop Century Resort. It's really retro and," we need an adjective, "ugly. On our first night, we'll dine on African food at Sanaa Restaurant in Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a beautiful safari restaurant with an amazing view of giraffes and," a plural noun, "ducks. Day 2 is Epcot. We'll ride Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratatouille, Three Caballeros, and Soarin', plus stay for the," we need an adjective, "hairy fireworks show. On the third day, Animal Kingdom is the goal with Pandora, Mount Everest, and the safari, and then lunch at the Polynesian Resort with," we need a plural noun that's a food, "an orange from Captain Cook's restaurant and Dole Whip for dessert. Then a ride on a classic transportation Walt Disney World is known for. We need a noun that is a mode of transportation, a Vespa. That night, it's the Hoop-de-Doo musical review, a rootin' tootin' dinner theater show at the Wilderness Lodge with fried chicken. Day 4, we're off to Hollywood Studios for a," we need an adjective, "leafy adventure. We'll ride thrilling attractions and eat at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, where you can watch retro movie clips in a car-shaped booth. The day ends with a bang at Fantasmic, our favorite show, with water and fire. To finish the trip, we need a verb, be skedaddling around Port Orleans Resort, riding bikes and eating," we need a plural noun that's a food item, "hamburgers for sport. It's going to be the most," we need an adjective, "stanky trip ever." Again, these are kids that are, 12 and 15. "Full of," verb, "running and making," plural noun, "mailboxes that are so," adjective, "scrumptious special. Get ready, Addie and Cade. This is going to be an epic family vacation."
That's fantastic. I love the Mad Lib idea.
Oh,
I love it. That is great.
That is great.
I love this.
Very creative, really fun. Yeah.
That is
I think what can we do with the BOGP with like Mad Libs now?
I know there needs to be a Mad Libs BOGP. Oh, that was beautiful. I wonder, that would have been awesome to see them like read through it and then like realize like what they're
video
actually reading
of that
and being
would be
like,
great
"Oh
to
my
go along
gosh,
with."
this is unbelievable."
Because it is hard to, especially kids that age, right? I mean, that like preteen, early teen, it's so hard. And that is something that, again, the trip's in February, so they get to look forward to that now for the next couple of months. And now they have a preview, like, okay, they're going to Sanaa, they're going to Sci-Fi, they know they're staying at Pop Century. Like, you get a little sense of what the trip's going to be, but you also can have input on, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to ride? I love this. What a review.
Like, how perfect is that for you? Like, you have your hotel stay already booked, all your dinner reservations made. All you gotta do is just show up.
It is awesome. All right, let's get to a question here. It is from John in Jersey. "Hey, BOGP gang, my family will be traveling on the Destiny for 5 nights next year. My question is, how does dining rotation work for the extra night? I know we have the 3 restaurants and then a pirate menu, but what happens the 5th night? Is there a second Marvel menu or 1923 or Lion King, or will everything be the same as the first time we dine there? Thanks, John." Okay, Scotty G, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it should be a welcome dinner, basically. So the first night is usually just a welcome meal. So all 3 restaurants will have the same menu. I kind of like this menu, actually. I think it's been pretty good on the other class ships I've been on. But yeah, so you have your welcome meal, and then you'll have your 3 other restaurants, and then whatever night pirate night is will be like in the restaurant you were the night before, or where you'll be the next night. So yep, pretty cool. So you'll see in 2 restaurants twice, and then 1 other restaurant once, which will be their normal meal for that night.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. Like I was on the Destiny just a few weeks back, and like so we had Lion King we had Pride Lands the first 2 nights because it was we had a 4-night cruise, but the first night they didn't do the show. So like we went in, everything was covered up. Like the stage kind of had like some, like the drums and stuff were kind of covered with like tablecloths and stuff. So we didn't get to show the first night welcome menu, and then the second night was boom. It was awesome because that show is so good. I'm telling you, like it's Festival of the Lion King good. And I love Festival of Lion King at Animal Kingdom Park because those performers are just so amazing, and they may be better on the Destiny. Like the singers and the drummers come out playing those percussion like conga drums. Oh my God, it's so good. And I mean, the food is just really good. It might be as good as 1923 in that restaurant. And I loved it. But I also like the Coco restaurant on the Treasure too. But yeah, it's exactly that. And
so is there not a pirate menu though? We got someone in the chat saying there's not a pirate menu on the Destiny because they do pirate night.
We had pirate night because I had the Jack's. Where did I have that though? Wait, no, hang on, because we didn't have a welcome. We didn't have a welcome menu
because you did a 4-night though, so that's why you wouldn't have
a 4-night. So we had a pirate because we did 1923. We skipped Marvel. We didn't go to Marvel because we went to Palo. But we did Pridelands, 1923 and Marvel was our It was our rotation. We skipped Marvel the last night. But we didn't have the show the first night. We had Pridelands the second night. We had the show the second night. We had 1923 the third night. Is that right though? Because I know we didn't have a welcome menu though. So when was Pirate Night? Oh, Pirate Night was the first.
Wait. Was that your first night?
Why do I feel like you said it was the second night? No.
Yeah, I thought your Pirate Night was the.
So wait, okay, let me think now. Because we went to Castaway the very first stop, the very first day. Okay, I gotta think about this. So we went to Castaway. So was that? So maybe they did the show. Did they do the show on Pirate Night? No, that wouldn't be right.
It doesn't seem right to me. But what we're hearing in the chat though is like they might be doing it differently on the Destiny because they did a 5-night and there was no welcome meal, which is how it normally is on the other.
We had the welcome menu, but because that's exactly right. We did not have a welcome menu. Now that you say that, because I remember telling Pam that, and I don't know if because our itinerary was really weird because it was like a 4-nighter. Where we had just Castaway and 2 sea days. We didn't have Nassau, and most of the time it's doing a 5-night. You know what? I don't think we had the welcome menu, but we did the Pirate Night. Now I'm thinking about this because I did have the Jack's that thing with the shrimp because I did have that. Yeah. We did have the
that's normally on the pirate menu though.
But we had dinner in there twice. It was the Pirate Night when the stuff was all covered up. That's what it was. Because I know there was a night we went in there because the waiter said we were getting the show twice. Because the waiters were all new. They're like, oh, they're going to do the show twice. I'm like, they're not going to do the show twice. There's no way they're going to do the show twice. Why would they do the show twice? I didn't say that out loud. I told Pam, they're not doing the show twice. That was it. It was Pirate Night. But I can't. So it was the first night they didn't do the show.
I don't want to steer John wrong, but like that's how like other ships have done their 5 nights is the welcome, Pirate Night, and then your 3 in the main dining there. But we're getting some feedback in the chat that there might not be a welcome on the Destiny. So
I wonder if that's because the Destiny is new, or is that just something they're trying out differently? I don't really know.
Pictures. But did they? I'm trying to think if they did the show and then serve Pirate Night food. They had to have been what it was, though.
I don't know. I wasn't on your sailing, Mike. I don't know. We'll have to go back and do a trip report.
If they didn't serve, because the first night they didn't serve Pirate Night food the first night. They would have had to have served Pirate Night.
I think you did. I really think you did the show your first night, and then it was Pirate Night the next night, which they did not do the show, if I recall.
Maybe they
I feel like that would make more sense.
And then you went to 1923 your third night, and then you just get to Marvel. I think that's how yours went.
Maybe they did the show the very first night. I didn't think they did the first night. Maybe they did. Yeah, maybe they did the very first night. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm getting old. I can't remember. That was this month. That was like 2 weeks ago. Anyway,
well, John, I don't know if we gave you the 100% best answer, but
you go back an answer.
Basically, what they do is they just give you a different menu in the same restaurants as the answer. I went a little far on that one. Let's try if we can see if we can do better here. We're doing terrible here. Let's see. Hang on. People are helping me out here. A Dawning says because Pride Lines has a second night menu like the other two restaurants. Yes. It does have a second menu, but what if it hits when you're in there on Pirate Night? Everybody gets but just so you know, everybody gets the same Pirate Night menu that night in all three restaurants.
Yeah.
Doesn't
matter where you are on the ship.
Yeah, it's all the same.
In 1923, your second menu would be the Pirate Night menu as well.
Marvel, everybody's getting because I get that bowl with all the pasta stuff and the seafood. All right, Megan's got a question, not so urgent listener question. Wait, does somebody have one here? Hang on, let's get one in the chat. Let's go to Becca. Hey guys, I want to share my joy. I'm currently packing to go on the Destiny. Please don't ask about the dining rotation because I messed up.
We're all confused now on it.
I'm thinking of trying to do express walk-off and breakfast on the buffet on the last day. What's your preference? I kind of go back and forth on this. Like, do you? Sometimes I go buffet breakfast. Sometimes I do sit down breakfast just to get. It depends if I want to see my wait staff the last time.
See, yeah, that is the biggest indicator for me. So we loved Amy on the fantasy our server, and we're like, we can't have this be the final goodbye. Like we got to go see her in the morning. We did that on the fantasy too. We liked on the Magic during the podcast cruise. We went back to the main dining because we wanted to see them. But if I'm okay, if I got my fix from my serving team, then I'm gonna go to Cabanas.
Yeah.
But I will say the menu though is always kind of weird. Like the see you real soon menu, it's just like
it's not much.
It's not much. It's like a French toast and like a scrambled egg and like some fruit. It really isn't that much. So I kind of do like going to Cabanas, honestly, or Marceline Marco, depending on what class ship you're at, to do that. Yeah. So I know we're kind of funny with our answers here, but like it kind of depends. But I would lean towards on most cruises. I like going to Cabanas or the buffet for my final breakfast.
We went to Cabanas on our last one just because I feel like at that point we were kind of tapped out of like sit down dining. We were like, we're just kind of get what we want and kind of call it from there. So I think, like Scott said, it really just depends on if you're trying to see your wait staff again or how. I know it says express walk off, but I guess how quickly you want to actually get off the ship. Because I feel like
if you're doing express walk off, that is the way to do it because then you have to, especially if you're on second dining, you have to wait for your time slot to be able to go to breakfast too. So like you kind of control your own destiny a little bit better when you're doing Cabanas, and especially if you're doing express walk off, like that's the only option really.
Yeah, you have more control when you go to the buffet because you're not waiting for the food. You're going and getting it. You can go back, maybe get a second thing real quick, and then duck out.
One thing I like about that too is like if I do like a really early, like just go to the buffet really early, and like if I'm walking off with some of my luggage, just leave that in the room even, which is kind of nice, right? You just quick head up to Cabanas, don't have to worry about having all your luggage around you. You can quick eat and then go back to your room, get your bags, and then be on your way. I just love it.
That's a great tip because, dude, that last morning with breakfast, everybody wrangling their bags, that is a nightmare. People
and then trying to catch an elevator back to your room, maybe like you don't want to. Well, I guess you wouldn't go back to your room, but like I don't know. I just like having that freedom, not having to go up to Cabanas with all my bags. So if you're doing early enough, that's what I would do.
If you have all your bags, you're trying to swim upstream. If you're trying to go back to the elevator and back to your room, so.
Just if you're gonna leave your luggage in the room, though, go early. Just go super early.
Just got to go early. Yes.
Like go with the main dining. This really works best if you're on second dining, like because you're gonna get the later. So go super early for breakfast if you're gonna play that game. All right, Megan does have a question. Hey, it says not so urgent, so here we go. My two friends and I are headed to Walt Disney World in February for the Princess Race weekend. One of my friends is pregnant. We want to do the 4 parks in one day challenge one of the days. This is ambitious. Thursday, so we can recover before the race on Saturday. How does multipass work with the park hopper? If we buy it, does it work for all 4 parks? Do we have to buy it, or could just myself and my non-pregnant friend get it? We just aren't sure if it's worth it for the pregnant one to get it since she can't ride some of those e-ticket rides. Thanks for your help and for being a wonderful travel agent, Megan from Dallas. This is going to be an ambitious weekend there, but I love it. Princess Race weekend, good time to go down. So you guys want to talk about Lightning Lane Multipass and how it's going to work with 4 parks in 1 day challenge?
Comes great. It comes in handy really great for that, I'd say, because yes, it does work. And one of my tips, if you're not too concerned about which order you do the parks, like I would purchase like at Animal Kingdom, my multi-pass, because that's a little bit cheaper than purchasing at Magic Kingdom. So you save a little bit money there. So you would start with your 3, obviously, at Animal Kingdom. But a good tip there is once you tap into one, then you kind of modify and change them throughout the day as well. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. That would be the best way to do it. If you want to maximize your time and like be able to do those key attractions that you want to do, I would totally do the multi-pass. I saw you kind of nodding too, Jason. You agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially because when you do a 4-part challenge, you typically start at Animal Kingdom just because it typically opens up earlier. You can get that out of the way and then go to whatever park you want. Obviously Vern is pregnant right now, so we are, keeping track of which ride she can ride and can't ride. So I do think that might be a little bit of an issue if you purchase multi-pass for your pregnant friend, because there aren't a ton of rides to do when you are pregnant. So that might be a little bit of an issue to kind of navigate. But if you're willing to do the rides that you can do when you're pregnant, then, by all means, buy multi-pass. Then you don't have to wait. She can get off her feet. You can take breaks and things like that. But sure, you may just have to look up a list of what rides you can ride when you are pregnant, when you're not, and kind of plan your multi-pass for that.
Everybody should go for what they're going to do on their vacation. But is that like super ambitious for a race weekend?
I would say for a race weekend, it's definitely ambitious. For somebody that's pregnant, it is very ambitious because that's a lot of transportation. That's a lot of walking. It's
I think it's fine because it's Thursday they're talking about, and their race is on Saturday. It sounds like.
That's fine.
Sounds like they're skipping the 5K. I think that's what I heard. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, deleted it.
I think there was a day in between to recover, so like I'd say that's fine.
If you get a rest day, I think that's more.
But even if they're doing the 5K, like that sounds fine to me. Like, come on, like you're on vacation, let's do it.
I'm getting old, man. 4 parks is a lot. It's a lot. There's just a lot of walking. There's a lot of logistical, what? Here's another thing, and this is great for Jason. Like, there's a lot of it's mentally taxing to do 4 parks in a day, especially nowadays, because there's a lot of navigation, a lot of and I think this is what it takes, a certain kind of person for the 4 parks in 1 day challenge in 2026 at this point, right? Because, and I think this is what draws a lot of people to this challenge at this point, is because it's like the ultimate puzzle. You where do I start? Like, where do I go next? There's a fluid problem solving kind of conundrum that's unfolding in real time. I mean, Jason, do you kind of see that? Because I mean, you're diving into this all the time with analytics and in football, but I mean that's almost like the ultimate thing, because you're trying to see what's the ultimate way to navigate this problem to get as much done as I can in a day and still keep my sanity.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. It's fun to dive into what rides you should ride. If you are planning on getting a snack too, I know some people, as part of their challenge, will get a snack at each park, just trying to figure out where to go for there in terms of stands or what you want to get. But yeah, and then it's really just kind of logistics of transportation and stuff. Should I take a bus? Should we go, if you have a car, should you go take a car? What kind of transportation you do. You should definitely be flexible, because you might say, oh yeah, we're definitely taking a bus. 100% taking a bus, and then you see the bus leave off without you, and then you're like, oh no, what do we do? I didn't plan for this. So definitely keep your transportation as flexible as possible. But yeah, no, I think the biggest fun of that's just kind of planning it and hoping everything goes right and, seeing if you can get everything done that you want to get done.
God willing, I'll be doing my 4 parks in 1 day challenge in about a week. So you're doing the 4 parks in 1 day challenge too. You're doing the full, right?
No, I'm not doing the full, doing the half marathon.
Oh, so you're doing the 2 parks in 1 day challenge. So
we might go cheer the marathon. So if you want another Uncrustable, I will.
Dude, that was the best Uncrustable I've had in my entire life. That boardwalk Uncrustable. Oh my God, I love that picture comes up here in the studio all the time on the digital frame, and I smile every time I see that one. It's because I've never been so happy to see a little Uncrustable in my life. All right, speaking of Clubhouse superstars, we have a question from a Clubhouse superstar here. Mike, it says, let me tell you a secret. Not urgent though. Mike, Scott, Ricky, Pam, and Jason. Did you know that there's a secret menu at the Yak and Yeti bar? Apparently they change it quarterly and it has some amazing drinks. Has this been spoken about before and I missed it? Has anyone experienced this before? If not, I volunteer as tribute. I feel as an average lounge patron, I have to try it. Any thoughts? Thanks for all the advice and laughs that keep me going in the last week before school break. The kids are squirrely for sure. Happy holidays to you all. Maria from the Clubhouse. So did anybody know about, and I know we were talking about this over in the Clubhouse in the Disney Dining channel, and I was kind of saving this one for Pam, but she wasn't here. Then we got to get to this one. Did anybody know about this Yak and Yeti secret menu? I didn't know about this.
I do not.
I had no idea they had a secret menu. Still haven't been to Yak and Yeti, but I feel like every time we pass it, we're like, we're gonna go home, we're gonna book a reservation, like we're gonna get there. Still hasn't happened, but hope to get there soon.
Yeah. So Scott, you've been to Yak and Yeti, the restaurant, though, right?
Yeah, I think this is what this is about. Is the restaurant? This is where that would be.
I deleted it.
Yeah, because like I can picture the like the bar area on there. So this has me really intrigued. Okay, because like I love Animal Kingdom Park, and there's so many what's crazy. There's so many like great lounges and like bars already in Animal Kingdom. So you got the Nomad Lounge, which is fantastic. The Dawa Bar, which is really great. And now there's this secret lounge potentially like at Yak and Yeti. Like, come on, this has me so intrigued. I have not seen any video on it. Mike, if the BR Guest podcast needs to send someone for research, I know we got Jason as a local too, but like I'm happy to go down and research this for Maria.
Hey, if you want to send that BR Guest podcast company card down my way, I'll be over there next week.
So I haven't even had my own credit card for like the last week when Paige was home for Christmas. There were so many times I went to like grab something to eat, and I'm like, I go into my little magnetic wallet that mag safes onto my phone, and I'm in a drive-through to pick up Taco Bell or something. I go to pull out my card, gone. Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, do you take Apple Pay, please? Because otherwise, these burritos are not going to get handed to me through the window. And fortunately, they always do. Because I'd send them out to get, Christmas gifts, and I'm like, just take my card, but they never put it back. But I'm glad she did before she went back to Chicago, speaking of. But no, Yak and Yeti, back on topic here. That's like a hidden gem. I've eaten at that sit-down restaurant a few times, but I haven't been there. I bet you I haven't been there in 5, 6, 7 years.
So you say hidden gem in the restaurant, and like I've been there. It's okay to me. I don't think it's like really spectacular, like in my opinion. But the reason I don't really go there that often either is like I can't ever find a reservation. Like I swear, like they just fill those up. And it could be too because it's like I think Landry's restaurant owns it. Like there's another. Yeah. I think like that could be part of the reason. Like you might be able to book through their website, or they hold like a certain allotment for like through the My Disney Experience app or something. But like I rarely see that restaurant available, and I'm talking like looking at like 60 days. I can't find it available.
Yeah. Because I think you can book that one through like Open Table or something.
Maybe that's what it is. They might just hold a small number through the app, possibly. But like, it just seems like it's always busy, though.
It'd be cool if more places had like secret menu items, or even like, it'd be cool in Yak and Yeti if there was like a secret location. You set a password and they would take you to like the
we're talking solution. We need to have some Walt Disney World speakeasies.
Yeah, like a speakeasy. That would be so cool.
So real quick, because we're just about at the time here for the podcast, but
we've just been rambling this whole listener.
Yeah, I mean, but it's, you know what? It's that week where we don't know what day of the week it is. It's New Year's Eve, you know, and everybody's kind of
for fun. You should post this on Tuesday to really mess with people.
Yeah, I mean, because like you know, everybody's just like that meme. Everybody's full of cheese. You don't know what day of the week it is, and we're just kind of hanging out here. We don't miss a show. We're here. You know, a lot of people are taking the week off. So let me ask you this though. I'm curious. While we're three here hanging out. Yak and Yeti, kind of a secret place that's been there in plain sight. We never talk. Also, by the way, the counter service is pretty good. The chicken.
I love that. So I love the counter service more, honestly.
Super. I know, me too. Like, and I always skip it because I always go to a Satuli Canteen or Flame Tree. I haven't been there in ages either, and I love it. I just said I love it, and I've been there in a decade. What other places on property, like any restaurant that like we haven't talked about in for like? I'll give you an example. I'm trying to think of at Disney Springs. Maria and Enzo's. When's the last time we ever brought that place up? I mean, we haven't said that word on the podcast in 3 years. Like,
I got another
restaurant that we haven't mentioned in forever.
I think Skipper Canteen does not get.
That's another one, right?
There we go.
Adventureland. That's another one.
We went there, Mike, on marathon weekend. I think the day that it opened. I remember like Jay and Melissa was with us.
We took 3 men and a baby picture.
Yeah. That was like opening day for that restaurant. I have not been back since.
I haven't either. I have not been back since.
But I walk by it all the time. Like you can't miss when you're in Adventureland. I look over there and like I see them like standing outside in their Skipper outfits. I'm like, dang, I like this place. They have the taste like chicken and like all these other great things. Like, why don't I ever go here? You know, like I just question myself all the time.
I agree. Okay, Jason, give us another one that's like in plain sight that nobody ever mentions.
I don't know if it's. I know it's underrated because I know people ask about it in the Discord, but boat rights at Port Orleans Riverside, it is so good. Every time I leave that place, I feel like I gain 15 pounds and I'm waddling out of there, and I'm like, this was the best thing in the world. And then you can also walk off your meal and go to French Quarter and get some beignets for dessert and have just the greatest, you know, food experience of your night. So I think I'm going to go with boat rights.
I can roll with that because I'm checking into French Quarter in 7 days. Oh my gosh. Not that the beignets swayed me from switching from Caribbean Beach to French Quarter, but you know what? I kept thinking about Scott's pictures with his medals. When was that race weekend? Was that a marathon weekend when every time you would come back and take your picture with those beignets? That was the greatest.
And I wasn't even staying there.
Where
I wasn't even staying there, and I made a trip. I think I was staying at Old Key West, and I made a trip every day after the race to French Quarter to get beignets, and most importantly, to get the medal pick with them. And I showed Jason Veronica this over Wine and Dine. I was like, oh, this is what you got to do. You got to wrap your medal around the bowl here and like place it right here perfectly. I mean, it's the perfect shot. Like,
I got to see it behind the scenes. It was like watching like a Steven Spielberg like behind the scenes movie, just watching him get it all ready to go. I did want to say,
I mean, that's my Run Disney thing, man. You just got to take the medal picks. Some people like go in front of the castle, go in front of Spaceship Earth. I do it with the beignet bowl.
I did want to say real quick, my wife in the chat, who is always right, says Sebastian's Bistro, 100% underrated. So good.
It's right there on the Skyliner. Like, I mean, you could see it. And I mean, that place is really good. And I went there right when it opened, and I'm like, this place is going to be a hit. Like, this is going to be. I remember saying this. I telling Pam, my wife, we were there, and I'm like, this might be the new Ohana. Like, this might be the new place that is so hard to get an ADR. Like, people can be waiting for, because we waited, because like, you know, the weekend or two after it opened, I'm like, this place is gonna be impossible to get in. We were waiting like, 20 minutes or so. Like, you're never getting in here. And then nobody talks about it because it's so good though. It's small too, like, I don't know. It's weird.
You can get reservations like so easily there. I don't know why. It's just
they were a victim of the pandemic though. Like their menu was really good, I thought, before the pandemic. But still good. But they took some changes, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the changes that were made. But oh well.
That's fair.
I just thought of something. That because again, I'm still stuck on that you took those pictures at Marathon Weekend that might have swayed me to stay at French Quarter with those beignet medal photos. how the Pop-Tarts Bowl didn't pick you up to run their social media, like to do some like that'd have been a marriage made in heaven. Like the way you manipulated me for my resort stay with the metal pictures and beignets, like you would have been like perfect on the Pop-Tarts Bowl like social media team. Like
maybe next year, maybe next year.
I could see like busting out on it. You could get toasted.
It's funny. I actually asked the Pop-Tarts Bowl for like a care package, and I got shot down. I didn't get shot. I got ghosted. So, oh well.
We all want one. Come on now. We all want the sprinkles. Anyway.
Gotta,
all right. We're going to jump out of
here.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. I saw Cole Kubelik had a whole like thing of this kid's. It was pretty sweet looking back at his house. I'd take that. I crushed some brown sugar. All right, so we're going to jump out here, but Jason's going to be back on Friday, and we're going to have a show where we ask a local some questions that we've always been curious about, like what's it like when the whole world descends on your town between Christmas and New Year's, and is it awesome? Is it crazy? Is it what? Yeah, I'm sure it is, but what's that feel like? What's craziest thing you've ever heard tourists say at your local Target? Because like my Target stays pretty much the same year round. I don't have the world come to my Target, but the world comes to Jason's Target. So we're going to talk about those kind of things, just some other stuff. So come on back, hang with us on Friday for the first show of 2026. All right, don't forget today's podcast brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan that 2026 Disney adventure, whether you're headed out to see Disneyland for the 70th anniversary celebration, sailing with Disney Cruise Line, or visiting our favorite place, Walt Disney World. Coming over, visit themagicforless.com. We'll plan that trip for you. No additional cost. Just visit themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link as you buy all those things last minute for marathon weekend. I've been buying rain ponchos for my shoes. I bought all my sweats for throwaway stuff. I bought the even regular ponchos. I'm buying all this stuff, little hand heaters. Not that I think it's going to be cold and rainy. I think it's going to be awesome weather, but you never know. If I have it, here's the good news. If I have it, we won't need it. If it's in my suitcase, if I buy all this stuff, waste all my money, we're going to have great weather. So it's an insurance policy for all of us. So if we all do this, we're just magnifying the good weather chances. So go over there, use the link, buy the stuff, and put it under the bed when it's great weather. That's how I look at it. Let's all do that. So use the link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Everybody wins. And then come over and become a patron of the show. It's $5 a month. You support the podcast. You keep us on the air. And when you do that, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest every week. Thanks to everybody who does that. You guys are the superstars that keep us going. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can give us a follow on social media. I'm at beourguestmike. Scott is at Epscott, EPSCOT. But check him out at Must See Adventures. Scott, real quick, what's happening on the channel this week? You got some Run Disney stuff hitting, or what's up?
Yeah, so we have the Wine and Dine race recap. So those are getting excited. Mike was just talking about making his orders, for marathon weekend. If you want to see what the Wine and Dine 5K, 10K, half marathon looked like, go check out those videos. They're pretty awesome. I'm going to be making a random video of like a trip that we did in Canada, from over a year ago.
Random. That's random. There you go.
So Niagara Falls, Canada's Wonderland. It was a fun thing we did in 2024 around Halloween, because we're going to start, Mike, it's going to be time. The Be Our Guest podcast cruise trip series is about to be next, but I like to just I just like to have a random standalone video in between series, just to clear some of the backlog. So we'll have our Canada trip, and it's wintertime. What do you do when you're winter? You think about a summer vacation, right? So we're going to be sharing our summer vacation of 2025 here soon.
Let's go. So check that out. Must See Adventures, like and subscribe.
You're going to make your debut appearance on the vlog, Mike. I'm so excited for that.
Let's go. It only took me 2 years, so there we go. I love it.
I know Jason's been on there 3 or 4 times.
I know. I've been a regular guest on the vlog.
That's right. And Jason, where can people check out everything you do?
Well, if you like college football, you can follow me on CFB Numbers at Twitter. I post just random college football graphs, analysis, sometimes NFL. So if you ever want to talk football, you can find me there, or the Discord. I'll be in the Discord cursing people to not go to Fantasmic. So
right.
That's
and
2 places you'll find me.
Lots of stuff. I just look for Mizzou to be in the upper right-hand corner. That's all I hope for.
That's all that matters.
They're so advanced. I'm just like, please let Mizzou be higher than the Jayhawk and let us be upper right-hand corner. But this year, 8-5, tough year. But next year.
Sorry, we had some bright spots. Amon Hardy. We had some good.
Oh, dude, he's a stud. He was arguing with our coach bowl game that wasn't good, but at least he signed before that, so hopefully the ink's dry. All right, so we're not gonna. Now you're giving me stress. You're giving me stress, Jason. Stop. Oh my gosh. All right, don't forget the Clubhouse is beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. It's awesome. It's the friendliest Disney community online. Come on over, join us. It's free for everybody. And live call-in show Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give us a call. We'll have a good time on all the locations there. All right, we'll be back on Friday, so join us for that. We'll kick off 2026. So until then, for Jason and Scott, who just disappeared, we'll go look for them. I'm Mike. Have a great Wednesday and Happy New Year. We'll see you real soon. Where'd Scott
go? No, he said his laptop died, but it's not charging.
Oh
no.
CPISOD 2822. Yeah, we're professional around these parts. You
just gotta, it's just improvise and you know.
I don't even know what I had for dinner on my cruise 3 weeks ago. I swear. I guess Pirate Night wouldn't have been the first. I'm going back to this.
I feel like it would have been the first night, right?
No, I guess the show was the first night. The show had to have been the first night. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Until he comes back. Hang on. Let me look at my pictures. I guess the show was the only thing that makes sense. The show would have been here it is. The show would have been the first night. Let me look. Okay, so there's us getting on. There's our welcome drinks. There's the sunset. There's us going to the Cask and Cannon, getting our drinks. Yep, the show's the first night. Yep, because there's the people singing. Yes, the second night the stuff was covered up. Yep. I totally hosed that answer. Yep, because there's the next morning getting off the ship because I was running the okay. Oh well.
Did the ship inspire you to watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Did not. I don't watch. I'm always watching sports. I don't have time to watch movies. Like I always.
No, I feel that.
Yeah, I was watching Paige's basketball game, and then I was trying to watch that. I never did get on that bowl game, which was what App State and somebody.
That was App State who like took the bowl invitation at the last second.
There's two teams, and neither one had a winning record. I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
well, because FSU was.
Let's say I'm texting you like I'm back, Mike.
I was like, "Where's Scott? Is he coming back?" And then I'm like, "Oh, he's down there."
Back,
Dude, so like, if you watch my body language, like halfway through that video, I'm kind of like concerned because like I keep seeing my like battery life just like dropping and dropping.
No.
Then energy savers on. I'm like, what is happening? I'm kind of looking around and all this, and then boom, it just shut off during your outro. At least I got done talking, but
Jason and I are just like, where'd Scott go?
Like, I was like, okay, but yeah,
I just dropped. For like the extension cord, like the outlet was flipped to off apparently somehow. So I had it like plugged in and everything, but it just actually wasn't giving it any charge. But now we're good.
Technology's hard.
I know, man. Why?
I get those extension cords wrong 100% of the time. I'm like, yep, it's definitely on. Plug it in, nothing. I'm like,
well, no. I can never tell. Like, is it the little like the straight line or the circle? Like, which one means? Yeah. That's how I always feel like. Because then I'm scared to push it. Like, okay, because I have 7 things plugged into this thing, and I don't want to kill like the mixer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got too many like critical things. Like, I can't flip the switch.
Yep. So I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, that's cool.
That was a magic trick. And now I'm gonna make you all disappear.
Disappear. Okay, here we go. This one's gonna be fun. All right, so this is Mallory's birthday. I guess happy birthday to Mallory.
Oh yeah, gotta get the shout out.
Here we go. Welcome to episode 2824 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rahman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you and Happy New Year. Glad you are back to kick off 2026 with here on the podcast, second day of the year. And before we go too far, a very happy 18th birthday to my daughter, Mallory. Yes.
An adult.
Shut up. She keeps saying that. I'm like, stop. I don't need to hear all that. It's crazy. She was 2 months old when we started this podcast. She is 18 today. So, yes, happy birthday to Mallory. We'll be celebrating. We had her birthday party with the family yesterday on New Year's Day. So everybody came over and Had a good time here, but happy birthday. So we're celebrating with the podcast here. We're going to have a good time. Jason is back joining Scott and myself, Scotty G here from Must See Adventures. Scott, hopefully the new year's coming in strong up in East Lansing and in the Must See Adventures studios. What's up? Happy New Year, bud.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday to I kind of consider my niece, to my girl, Mallory. Happy 18th. You know, Mike, I feel like our girls, like, they like Disney, right? Like Disney isn't like their thing necessarily. It's like their dad's thing, you know, but they go along for the ride. But do you know those little words projects? Are you familiar with those? Like that jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
No, maybe.
Really.
Yes. So it's like, it's kind of like a bracelet with like words on it, like a friendship bracelet, but they have like cool words. So like they saw them at Disney. And when Emily turned 18, we were down there, we saw one that said Disney Adult. And we're like, oh my gosh, we have to get Emily this little words project. Like she'll hate it because she doesn't want to be like identified as like a Disney fan, you know, but like it's funny because she turned 18 and it's like, dang it, I should have got Mallory one of those too, because I think it would just be funny, you know, because our girls are now adults and they're kind of like Disney adults in a way, but I still might get her one of those.
Stop. See, I am against anything that says that she's an adult. I know in reality she is an adult, but I'm not going to endorse anything that says, because she's still my little girl. Like,
I know
there's all those memes that you see on Facebook that say like the world sees her as, you know, as she is, but I see her as that little girl still walking down Main Street, USA, you know, in the Elsa dress, or actually she liked the Anna dress, you know, coming out of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. She's still 6. You know, it's like this ain't happening. I'm in denial, and I'm still going to be in denial. This until she leaves from Mizzou. I don't know how you did it, dude. I know you're like a little bit ahead of me. I know they're only a couple months apart, but like Emily's a year ahead in school, dude. I mean, because I had to do it with Paige, and it was hard.
Like this before you got some experience.
Yeah, that's hard. I remember that, man. We dropped Paige off. Dude,
next thing we know, Jason's gonna be dropping his son off at
Michigan State. You know, strap in. It's a rough ride. Jason joining us. He's at CFB Numbers on Twitter and the social media. Jason, happy New Year! Thanks for coming back. After did we figure out how does the dining work on the Destiny? What's up? Happy New Year.
We're the foremost experts on the Disney.
That might have been our best episode, but we sure had fun doing it. I'm just saying.
Oh, we had a great time, and we gave an answer at the end of the day. It may not have been the correct answer, but it was an answer.
Actually, we went back and looked when Scott disappeared because his laptop died right after the show ended. I went back and looked at my pictures. The first night was the pirate show. No, the first night was the Lion King show. The very first night they did sing. I looked at my pictures. The second night was pirate night. So I went back and looked.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified that. Yes.
So we know. So go
that's
why
you take pictures for documentation. I was just gonna say Happy New Year, happy birthday to Mallory. Yeah, you guys are having me choked up, and my son isn't even born yet, so that'll be I'm excited, but excited to be back on the podcast.
So from two old dads, Scott, at the beginning of the new year, what advice, give one piece of advice to Jason as a new dad? What would you say?
You know what? You just kind of hit upon it. Like we're talking about Mike's cruise. I think with the technology, with like having great cameras, like on our phones now and such, like I think you can't overtake enough photos in this digital world we live in now. Like maybe back in the day when you had film and all that, like you could like end up taking way too many photos, but just capture as many moments and take some video too. I think that is just so great to like look back at. Like we got this new digital frame and I've been looking at old photos trying to get it added. I'm so thankful that I took photos, but I feel like I didn't take enough. So my advice would just be like, just overload the photos and videos. Cause when your son's 18 and getting ready for a senior year and all that, you're going to love looking back on those early moments and be thankful for those photos.
Yeah. I echo that. And I say mine was going to be to take video clips, like, because I have a ton of pictures, but the ones that I get the biggest kick out of are when I go back to like little clips of video and hearing like Mallory's little voice, you know, like her voice was so cute when I mean, not that it isn't now, you know, but she's a screaming cheerleader and a, 18-year-old, but like that little, 4-year-old voice and 5-year-old voice trying to be like, when she was singing Let It Go, priceless, like because storage is so cheap now, and then Google Photos. And I mean, I can imagine what it's going to be over the next decade, how they churn everything into, these books and movies and stuff automatically for you. Just like, hey, look, this is what happened last year. So,
but you know, with Jason being a football guy and Mike, you and I like football as well, and I feel like we did a really great job raising these girls. I think we should come up with a playbook for Jason.
Ooh, I love this. I love this.
Like
idea.
let's give him the script. You know how a football coach like it kind of has like the first 8 plays ready to go, like on the opening drive. Like maybe we can start them off with a good script.
Oh,
like
give me a perfect scripted drive. You can even add in like a Disney context because we'll be going to Disney. I love this idea.
So we're gonna brainstorm on that for you, Jason. We're gonna gift you the dad playbook.
It's going to be more like a Mike Leach, like wide open offense, or more like an Army, like
spread it out,
like a triple option kind of thing. We're going to be conservative on this. We're going to what we're going to do here.
I mean, if it's Mike Leach in the air raid, it's only a couple plays, but you run him to perfection, and that's
pirate.
The pirate.
Oh man, I missed the pirate.
I was gonna say my wife is a photographer, so photos and videos there will be plenty of those. I always like for photos, like the live photos where you can like hold down and click on them, and you can hear like a snippet sometimes. Like if you turn your audio on, you can hear like my sister will send videos of like her kids, and you can kind of like hear them laugh or giggle, whatever. Like I love those live photos when people do that.
And I think the new year, as we jump into 2026 for everybody, like it's a good time to kind of make, not necessarily a resolution, but it's good kind of like, hey, this year I'm going to do more with taking little snippets of video throughout because even the mundane is a treasure later on in life. You might say, oh, well, we're not going to Disney until March, and here it is cold January in Missouri or Michigan, like this is like the UGG months, this is like, we're just trying to survive to get to, our flower and garden trip in a few months or, our cruise in April, what have you. But 5 years down the line, playing Yahtzee at the kitchen table with your kid when they're 3 years old, that's going to be the good stuff. Take a video of it. Like you might think it's boring today. I'm telling you, take it. When they get older, you're going to want that. Anyway, let's get, we're just, this is like that Dr. Rick commercial, dude. We're dispensing life advice. You came for Disney. We're laying it on you.
We're just weird this week. I'm sorry.
Well, honestly, you guys are two of some of the best dads I know. So getting a playbook from you guys, I know that might not be what your audience wants right now. That's what I want. So I'm enjoying this.
That's the good stuff.
It is good stuff, but I don't know. So we wanted to have fun with you though, Jason, because you're our friend, but you have a unique perspective on things because you're a super Disney fan, but we just love that you have a different perspective than us. Like, we are in places that it is miserably cold right now. The wind chill was below 0 this morning for both of us. You're down in Celebration down in Florida, but you have a really, we just wonder how it is for you living where we go to have fun. So I thought it might be fun just here on a Friday, kicking off the new year, getting your perspective on things. And I thought Scott and I would ask questions. If folks that are tuned in live have questions, they can drop them in the chat and we'll ask those as well. But, simple questions like, I was just wondering, like, what's your perspective on things? Because this is the time of year where the parks just get crazy crowded. Like everybody comes down. Scott and I have been there for the holidays. Epcot's a nut house, Magic Kingdom's a nut house right before New Year's and around New Year's and Christmas. I mean, do you guys like change how like you go to the grocery store, how you go to Target, things like that during this busy season? Does it affect you guys as far as how you just kind of go about your everyday life during, say, from like December 20th to January 5th? Like, what's it like down there for a local this time of year?
Yeah, so our passes get blacked out. I think they got blacked out like the 19th this year. So for the most part, like during the holidays, like we can't go to the parks. So if we did want to get a Disney fix, we would go to the resorts and check out the decorations, or we do an annual trip to the fort. So that's kind of our, little thing of Disney around this time of year, just because we can't go to the parks. But yeah, definitely like Targets just get slam packed with people. You can see like, plenty of tourists. And then obviously it's locals too, trying to do last minute Christmas shopping. Publix, more or less the same. It's, you'll maybe see more people coming in and kind of getting their groceries for the week, which I always love seeing that. Obviously I try not to people watch too much while I'm grocery shopping, but you can tell when there's like a family that just came from MCO and they got their Michigan hoodies on or something, or they got like, Missouri branded stuff. Like, they're not from here and they're going to Publix and they're getting, they're loading up on their snacks and maybe they're getting a Publix sub or something. Like, to me, that like, I do like a little fist bump. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for them. Like, they're going to have such a great time.
See, I was wondering that because Scott, that's us, right? I mean, like we've done exactly that. We've gotten in. Like, you have the rental car, you'll pick me up. We'll go straight to Publix. First thing we do is get that pub sub. We're like, I mean, we could not be happier to be eating that chicken tender pub sub, and then we run through the aisles like on a marathon weekend. We're getting the Gatorades. We're getting the goober. We're getting the bagels. We're getting the room ready for to stock it up. But I mean, I wonder what it's like from like the locals' point of view, because they know they see us coming a mile away. I mean,
very, very easy to spot, but it's just,
especially like when I'm pushing the cart and I'm like looking up, like, okay, which aisle's the water? Like clearly, like I look like I'm lost because I don't know where any of the stuff is in the store.
My favorite is when it's like, I don't know, like 60 degrees, and I'll wear like what I'm wearing right now, like a performance hoodie or like sweatpants or something. And I'll walk in there and I'll see somebody with like a Wisconsin shirt and like flip flops and like maybe like a summer hat or something on. I'm like, yeah, they're not cold. I might be cold, but they're not cold.
And the thing for me too is like, we don't have Publix in Missouri, right? So when I go to Publix, it is kind of fun. Like, I mean, because like you say, like the pub sub is one of the greatest things ever, right? It tastes so good. It's like, for me, it's like going to Chick-fil-A or, like Jimmy John's. It's better than that because it is like vacation food for me because I can only get it there. And just shopping there is kind of fun too, because it's a different experience. I don't know, Scott, do you have any questions, or like, what do you think about that whole experience of like shopping and all that stuff when you hit the ground running? Go ahead.
But one question I want to ask, so like when I'm like staying, I always stay on Walt Disney World property, right? Like, so sometimes before I go to the parks, like I might want to grab like a bagel or like a small breakfast sandwich. So I'm curious if you do something similar, like do you go to a local place? Like, is there a good bagel place that you like to go to? Jason?
You were just teeing this up for me, Scott. Oh boy, let me tell you guys about Jeff's Bagel Run. So Magic Kingdom is on World Drive. On the opposite end of World Drive is Jeff's Bagel Run. And those are some of the greatest bagels you will ever have. They've gotten stamps of approval from people from New Jersey, people that are pickier about their bagels. It is such an experience. They have cream cheeses and spreads from all different flavors. You could get like a cookies and cream cheese. You could get I know you guys don't like banana, but they have like a banana cream cheese. You can get that with like a blueberry bagel.
Oh man.
We're 100% getting you Jeff's Bagels the next time you're down here. And Mike, if you want one, we can get you one for Marathon Weekend too, because to me, that would be the best spot to go. And it's honestly, you don't have to hit I-4. You don't have to hit 192. There's no traffic. It's just World Drive, opposite end of Magic Kingdom. The coffee is also very good. To me, if we're going somewhere like a park early in the day, Jeff's is our stop like 90% of the time.
Very nice.
That's awesome. So
I just love hearing about local spots like that, right? Like just like, because we're so, I mean, I love going to El Mercado or the Pop Century food court, to get my stuff. But like, I'm always curious, like, like, do the locals do the same thing? Like, do they go to their like local food court or whatever, like a Jeff's Bagels before they go to the parks too, which is, you're confirming is true. I love it.
Yeah. If honestly, if you don't like bagels, there's other breakfast spots in that same spot. There's a ton of, you can get Fat Burger if you want, lunch in the middle of the day.
I'm down. I don't know what that is, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, Fat Burger. Oh, Scott. Oh,
I got to do some venturing out apparently.
And Fat Burger. You could spend the whole day. You could go walk around Publix in between while you're digesting.
Sounds like a new must-see adventure vlog. I'm just saying this is a must-see adventure vlog right here.
This is 100% a must-see adventure. But yeah, that's Jeff's would be the place. I would highly recommend that, and I don't think it's too far out of the way in terms of the Disney bubble.
nice.
The place I want to go to is the Portillo's that's right off property, which I haven't made it over there because I'm a Portillo's guy because of Paige being up in Chicago, and I love, man, Portillo's is so good. And I know that I just happened to go across that when I was down there for the Give Kids a World thing, because I usually don't have a rental car. I'm an Uber guy. Like, I'll just get to the airport, take an Uber over. But I did get when we did the Give Kids a World things, I'll get a car because I have the equipment and go back and forth. But Scott, you do usually rent a car. So let me ask Scott this, though. It's a good question because it kind of makes you more of like a local leaning person if you have a car, because you could do these things. Like, you could, but you tend to not, you kind of do stay in the bubble though, don't you?
I do. I just do, because like,
I love
Disney,
feel, right? You like that feel, like you don't want to escape the bubble, right?
Yeah. And like, I will say I rent cars more now, kind of because Magical Express is gone. I hate saying, I know that's always a sore spot for everyone. Oh no, not Magical Express again. Don't bring that up. But like, that's kind of like, we would be like in every other rental car, like when that service was around. But ever since it went away, like, we get one every single time now, because we just figure like, well, we're gonna have to get some, we have to pay to get from the airport and back. And then like, we like to do the dining at the resorts, and that just makes it so much easier. Like, and then we can kind of control our destiny a little bit, but easily go to Publix to get groceries, waters, things like that. So we like having the car. But yeah, I'm always for, like, we talk about it like, oh, could we go off property and go here, but then once you just like get settled and unpacked, it's like, oh, now I'm here. No, it's kind of hard to do. But the Just Bagels, like Fat Burger, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to have an off property day now and just checking out some of the local flair.
I get where you're coming from, though, just like staying on property with a car, because, once you get off a property, there are definitely spots that, like, just traffic wise, it just feels intimidating or chaotic. So like, I totally get that. But that's why I'm hammering home Jeff's Bagel Run, Fat Burger. It's called Celebration Point, the like shopping plaza. But like I said before, you don't have to hit any major roads. It's just World Drive, and you drive down and you're there.
Is that the place? Again, I don't know, but is that the place that has like the water tower by the Chick-fil-A? No.
No, that's on the opposite side.
Okay, that's because that Chick-fil-A, I've been there a bunch of times. Sometimes that line is long,
and yeah, that line can get intense.
Yeah, that's a pub we've got. Scott and I have eaten a pub sub in the parking lot there. It's one of my favorite pictures. We got that's right here on the frame. Tailgating out in the parking lot with those pub subs.
Tailgating before.
Oh my god, that was one of the best pub subs ever in my life.
So speaking of staying on property, so like when we stay on property, like we know, like, okay, we're going to Epcot this morning or Animal Kingdom. Like, let's get our bag together. Let's grab the umbrella just in case if it rains. Let's get all this stuff together. So we always purposely like create this little like travel bag, because we're traveling. We're at Disney. I'm just curious, as a local, like, do you always have like a bag ready to go? Because you could just be like at home or just driving from Just Bagels and like, what? Yes. Let's pop into Epcot. Like, do you have like a go bag always? Go bag. That's what I said. Yeah, totally.
Not necessarily. I do keep I don't know where it is right now, but I have a like a Corksicle water bottle holder, and that will have like my motion sickness bands, my magic band. If it's a festival, it'll probably have my Epcot like festival holidays. Yeah, the passport. So I'll kind of keep that sort of ready, and I can kind of get that ready quick. I think with rain, unless it's like a torrential downpour, we're just like, you know what, if it rains, it rains. We can kind of just go home and get dry, or, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I definitely like to keep the
your cars have umbrellas though, right? Like you probably have an umbrella at all times in the car.
Yeah, no, there's an umbrella in the car. I keep telling Vern we need to put a popcorn bucket in the car, but that still doesn't happen because we have so many popcorn buckets, and every time we're like, oh, we'll take a popcorn bucket, and then we get to the park, and guess what? We don't have a popcorn bucket. So maybe one of those days we'll put one in there.
Following up on that, let me ask. So when you're not blocked out, like say during regular times of the year when it's not during holiday season, do you guys? And I know this probably varies a lot, but I mean, are there days like where you like, okay, do you plan out when you're going to go to a park, or is it usually like, today I feel Epcot. Like I feel a little Epcot-y. And like you just say, lunch, we're gonna go over to Epcot, or like how does it just feels like so good that you could do that, for somebody that's 1,000 miles away from Walt Disney World. Like, how does that tend to fall for you when you have access to the parks? Like, how does that usually fall for you guys?
Yeah, so I feel like if friends or family hit us up and are like, hey, do you want to go to Magic Kingdom this day? Do you want to go to Epcot? Like if Beth, who's in the chat right now, she's like, hey, do you want to go to Hollywood Studios? Like that will be more of the like days in advance type thing. If it's just Vern and I, there are days where we'll wake up and kind of start doing our thing and then kind of look at each other and go like, hey, do you want to go walk around Hollywood Studios after work? Do you want to go to Epcot? Like, so I feel like when it's just us two, it's a lot more like spontaneous. But then when friends and family are involved, there's a little bit more planning just with, whatever days we go.
Interesting. Go ahead, Scott. You got another question?
So I think most of your friends and family are local, but I'm sure you have some out-of-state visitors that might visit, like we visit, Like, I'm always curious about this. Like, do you ever get hit up for like airport pickups or like, hey, can you take me to do you become like an Uber driver for like local friends, when they come to visit?
I have taken my friend to the airport, although it wasn't Disney related, but he just happened to be flying out of MCO. So we said, hey, we'll drive you there. We would be more than happy. And Scott, Mike, we always open invitation.
I'll be there Wednesday. No, I'm just kidding. I'm thinking Uber.
Mike, you might be a little bit more easier to do. Our cars are just very small, and we also have stuff in them. So it's like any sort of luggage kind of becomes a situation where like we would be happy to drive you guys, like, no problem at all. It's more just like there's no place for the luggage. Like, so that's the only, issue. We eventually will upgrade our cars for, our kids when we need more room. But we'd be happy to drive people. We just don't have room.
I think me and Mike have joked about this, but like if we were local, like I would love being like an Uber driver. Or like I think it would just be so much fun. Like, I don't know if you've ever thought about that or not. Like,
so I was actually an Uber driver in college at FSU, and that was there are plenty of off-camera stories about that.
I bet.
But no, I feel like Uber around Disney would be really fun because then you can like get excited with people like, oh, where are you staying? Where are you going this day? Like that would be
the conversation would be kind of easy.
Yeah, conversation would be so easy to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be on property being an Uber driver at Disney would be the best. Like that'd be so cool.
Even if you just went back and forth from property to the airport, like I think that
still would be fun.
The traffic would stink, you'd always get like hung up there a little bit, but like I think that would be fun though.
I guess it wouldn't be fun coming from Disney to the airport because I feel like everyone would be a little quiet, a little sad. Their trips coming to an end, but driving people from the airport, that'd be really fun.
See, those you probably get the better tips too. People haven't spent all their money yet, So
that's a good point. So Scott, you'd rather do airport runs? I think I'd rather just do like around in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it'd be shorter rides, but I think I'd have more fun doing that.
I think I would like both because I think like picking up someone at the airport, I think would just be so cool, right?
Yeah.
Because their family is so excited for this trip that's about to happen. So I think it'd be fun to do the airport pickups for sure. And then just kind of hang around the bubble a little bit.
Driving around the bubble can be interesting though, because you will see some not Florida license plates and they're like, oop, that says Hollywood Studios. And now we're getting over 3 lanes. So you kind of have to have your head on a swivel.
That is true. I see that a lot just while I'm riding the buses. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
I feel like I can kind of sense when somebody's hesitant in front of me. Like I can see like, ooh, I don't think they know where they're going. And then they start going back and forth. So that's when you know to like, all right, we got to be cautious.
Yeah. Again, as a local, right, you're like in and out of there with your own car. Like I have this theory, and I've told this to Pam probably 10 years ago, that I think some people, and again, I'm just saying this out loud, but I mean, I know it's probably not our audience, but I think some people get down to Walt Disney World and think it's not the real world. And like physics are different because like the road signs are blue or purple, whatever color they are nowadays. They used to be purple. Now they're kind of bluish, but that isn't how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like people do, like they'll come from the far right lane and cut all the way over to the left and do crazy stuff that they would not do back in their hometown. and it's you're still driving a regular car. You still have to obey the traffic laws, but I think people think it's Walt Disney World. It's all fun. Like I see the craziest stuff down there. I'm just like,
I feel like people think
you're
like
still
it's the
driving.
end of the world if they miss their exit or whatever. And like my tip for driving on Disney property, there are always multiple ways to get to pretty much everywhere. So
Yes.
if you miss your exit, you don't take the, first right instead of the second right, whatever. Like there are more ways to get around. Like your maps will reroute you. Like there's always other ways to get around. So that won't it's not the end of the world if you miss your exit.
Let me ask you one more question, because you have a job typically where you can work remotely, if you have like an internet connection, a laptop and so forth. So I don't know if you ever get the opportunity to, but have you discovered places like at World or on property that tend to work out better if you can find a place to kind of take an hour or so where you have to do some work, but you can work on property? Have you found places maybe at resorts or so forth that work out well for that?
Yeah, I think Coronado is one of the best places to work. It also, you have to take into account getting through the guard gate, because obviously we're driving there. Coronado, they don't even look at your license half the time. They're just like, yep, have a good time. So we've gone to Coronado to work. We haven't parked at the Riviera, but we have gone to the Riviera to work in the I can't remember what is it the
Voyager's Lounge?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Lounge.
That's a really
cool
that spot to work. Yeah, that's a fun spot to work.
I did a lot of work there during the pandemic because I stayed down there for a month basically, and like I did a lot of work in there.
You got your address change during the pandemic, man. You were there forever. It was awesome.
One of my favorite spots that we went to once was Wilderness Lodge. I think it might be the floor with the fireplace, but there are like these desks with outlets, plugs, everything you need. You can look at the lobby, like you have a view of the lobby, so that's cool to see. But there's these like nice desks. They have those like big dividers, so like you can kind of get a little privacy. That was a really cool spot to work. So that would be a nice spot to work.
It's interesting. Yeah, like we used to see Phil Scheingold working over Coronado. I don't know if you saw him, Scott, but I saw him all the time. I'd be walking in that area that used to be the check-in.
Oh yeah, there too. Yeah,
pass through between the tower and like El Mercado.
I've worked there too.
Yeah,
nice. There's so many like plugs and outlets there. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
But so Jason, you hinted at that you just did like a kind of like a staycation at the fort. It's kind of like an annual thing that you guys do around Christmas time. So I have a question for you. So Musty Adventures, Be Our Guest podcast, we're teaming up. We're giving you a 2-night stay, 3 days. So like, 2-night stay, 3 days at a resort, but you're blocked out during it. What resort are you going to pick for you guys to just have a little staycation as a local?
That's a great question, because I feel like that's what we do when we stay at resorts is we do that exact thing. We don't go to a park. We're there for like a Friday, Saturday, and then like leave Sunday. So same thing, 2 nights, 3 days. If I had to pick one, I would go Coronado, just because you have dining options. You have really great pool. The quiet pools are also amazing. Plenty of space to walk around, get some exercise. Taking a lap around the lagoon is just, it's amazing.
It is.
So I would pick Coronado.
Well, we're going to book that on a discount, and you saved us some money by choosing Coronado, so I appreciate you there.
There we go. Coronado is my favorite resort on property, so I have plenty of positive to say about that. I'd go Coronado. Port Orleans, either one, I think is good, just because you have the option to go to either feature pool. So you can go to French Quarter one day, go to Riverside the other day. Obviously talked about beignets. So that would be another spot too. The moderates, I think, are the best for like that type of stay.
So I was so surprised. So I stayed at French Quarter during our little like Thanksgiving fantasy cruise. And every time we stay at the Port Orleans resorts many times, and it's always been super cold. It's always like marathon weekend or Thanksgiving week, and like we rarely go in the pools there, but we had a nice warm day. So Liz and I went to the French Quarter pool. I think it was for the first time ever, and I know I've always seen that slide, right? Like that slide looks really cool when you walk by it. I did not realize like how short and like tiny that slide was. It's just like it's the like Like you climb up it. Like I didn't even do it because I just watched all these people do it.
Serpent's tongue.
It can't be more than 2.3 seconds long. It's like the shortest slide ever. Like that just you were just talking about the feature pools, because like that pool was nice. It was nice and big and all that, but like I could not get over like how small that slide was. I guess it just fits with the resort, right? You're like, that's the smaller of the two Port Orleans resorts, so Riverside's going to get the more in like normal slide, and French Quarter is just going to get this tiny slide.
I feel like that and Wilderness Lodge, their slides, when you look at them, you're like, what? Like, why are they not? Because then you look at slides like Coronado, you look at slides like Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani has a really good slide.
Yeah, not the Jumbo. The Jumbo one is very short.
Yeah, Jumbo one's very short. And then obviously like Stormalong Bay, you know, massive Cannonball slide, like whatever.
Massive. Yeah, it is.
But then you look at Wilderness Lodge and you're like, what happened? Like, why is it
not cooler? Disappoints me. Yeah, that slide really disappointed me too.
Dude, we need a slides, Mike. We need a must-see adventures of you going down the Sea Serpent's tongue. That's ratings gold right there.
Yeah, I should have done it. I didn't do
it. You getting spat out that sea serpent, dude. That and like have it bounce or something. That's more like an Instagram thing or like a TikTok. But
so it's funny. Like there's so many videos of me going down slides and like over the years, and it's funny because like Emily will always go first, and she comes down so gently and like smooth. There's like no splash, and then in comes me, and I'm like a cannonball. Like I make the biggest splash and like wipe out ever, and Liz just like cracks up. She's like, "How does this happen? How does Emily come down all smooth and all these 5 other strangers, people that we don't know, there's like no splash, but you come down like 200 miles per hour with the biggest like I don't know how I do it."
Dude,
are you guys the same?
This is your million hit reels right here, dude. This is a million hit reels, right?
I'm the complete opposite. I get stuck on slides. I don't know why. I wear a rash guard, so I don't know if it's that. I don't have the physics behind why I can't slide down a slide. But it's funny, when we went on our cruise, we went on, you know, the Castaway Key slide, how it's not shallow there. Like it's really deep. Like you hit the water and you like go down.
Falcon plunge. Yeah.
So Vern goes down the slide and she's recording. I think we rented a GoPro for that cruise. So she's recording, she drops in, and then you just see in the recording her sunglasses just trickle on down. And I think they're still at the bottom of Castaway Key at this point.
They might be.
They're still there.
Sounds like you need to book another cruise to go.
I know. I got to book another cruise to go dive down and find them.
I'm 100% with you. The first time we did, I don't know how we got on the slides. I do this. I just like go off topic all the time.
This is like Mike in the Midwest, dude. I start with one topic for 17 topics to the wind.
The first time I did Pelican Plunge, like I thought I was gonna drown because I came in so fast too. So like I'm going so deep under the water. I'm like when am I gonna come back up? Like how did I go 20 feet down?
Every slide on Walt Disney World property, like you hit the bottom pretty quickly. Like I don't really like, I could keep my like above my shoulders dry if I really wanted to. But then you're just like,
what's the fun in that though?
And you're just that's. But like Pelican Plunge, you're like, you go straight down. You're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
And there's 2 slides there. It's the covered one, dude. That covered one.
Yeah, the covered one.
Out that thing like a missile. It's like on like Mario Kart when that bullet hits you from behind. Dude, you're like that bullet, man. I've done that thing like maybe 2 times. I feel like I'm skimming the water and then I go under. I'm like, dude, that thing is too hot for me. I need the uncovered one if I'm going to do that. And that thing's a lot of work. You got to actually swim all the way out to the platform.
Oh yeah.
That thing you gotta.
I haven't done it in the last few trips. My next Castaway Key, I'm gonna do it. It's been a while. We need some video of that.
It is a lot of work. Oh my gosh. Well, so we're getting almost up against it. But let me ask you one more thing here, Jason, because we got marathon weekend next week. You believe it? It is next week. So you're going to be down there, half marathon happening. Like, what are your thoughts leading into this? Like, you prepared? What are you excited for when it comes to marathon weekend here as we're getting ready to run the miles here?
I think I did the Scott Gardner half marathon preparations. if that gives you any idea. No, I'm very excited. I'm doing the 10K and half. Vern is joining me on the 10K, so will be that'll be fun. That's my first ever half marathon. Our first time doing marathon weekend races, so excited to see those course changes versus like a wine and dine weekend. Marathon weekend, it's so much fun. The lizards are they're all great people. There's so many meetups and just getting together and having meals and just having a great time. We've only been doing Run Disney for a year. But you can already just sense like the community in Run Disney and just like how magical it is. So really excited for that. And just excited to do this half marathon. The medal is Donald and Daisy. Vern's favorite character is Daisy. She loves it. So the second I get the medal, I'll probably take one picture and then hand it to her. And now it's her medal.
It's a good deal for Vern.
It is. It's a great deal.
Just hand it over. I like that. So now you guys are staying at your house and driving over for the races. Is that I've always taken the bus from the resort. Is that, and you've done that before, is that a challenge with like traffic and stuff like that, battling all the motor coaches and the cars? Like, what is it like getting logistically to the races in the morning? Because marathon weekend's the big one. Like, what are you anticipating for that?
Yeah, so we've done wine and dine 5K and 10Ks. So I guess I haven't really driven when like part of World Drive is closed.
Give yourself some time on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize I was like, ooh, I should get up a little bit earlier.
Because the traffic is pretty bad on marathon and half marathon day.
Because for wine and dine, we really haven't had any, I'm going to knock on wood, we haven't had any issues with getting to Epcot. It's been pretty seamless. Same as a park day, go through the gate and then park and then walk on over. So that hasn't been an issue. I should probably not expect that for marathon weekend, and I should, get a little bit more prepared. But for the most part, if you leave at an appropriate time, like the traffic really isn't that bad. I'm so jinxing myself right now.
I know.
But you know what?
I'm like, should I delete this part out of the show because you're making me so nervous? That's the good thing. Like, I just get on the bus and I just go back to sleep, and I'm just like, I'm putting it in. I shouldn't even do that because we've had stories of Scott. Was it Phil Scheingold that jumped off a bus one time and like ran to the corrals? Like, because the bus driver.
That was the famous 2020 marathon, where his bus went to Hollywood Studios instead of Epcot.
Right.
And then they ended up just running to the corrals from there. And they ended up holding the race, like, which was crazy because that was the day they cut the race short because it was so hot. Like, they cut the race because it got to like 80 degrees on the course.
Blizzard Beach.
And the part of that problem was though because they started the race late because of the transportation issues. That was crazy. That was a crazy marathon.
Did the bus drivers just not know where to go? Like,
a lot of times they don't. A lot of times they just don't.
They're just winging it.
Well, because they subcontract out the bus drivers for these race weekends.
But, that is a good point. Yeah,
most of them do. Well, I mean, welcome to your nightmare, all the runners that are getting ready to go down for marathon. This is not going to happen. It won't happen. You're going to be fine. Because
it did happen at Wine and Dine too. I mean, one of our lizards. I mean, I remember it happened to Chris. He got on a bad bus, but you get there eventually.
See, everybody's they're already having nightmares about the weather, and now they're going to be having bus nightmares.
It's like the way I look at it is like when you book a excursion on a cruise through the cruise line, like they're going to get you there eventually. Like they're not going to like start the race without you. Like they're going to get you there. You might not be in the corral you wanted to be, but you're going to get there.
If you're really concerned, just get on one of the first buses. That way you have time. If your bus decides, but I know it's not.
I like the extra sleep.
I don't either. I'm the same way. I get on like I get my strategy is I get there like midpoint of when the buses go, and then I feel good about that. But do what you got to do.
It's all fun and games preparing until your alarm wakes you up that day, and you're like, ooh, I could sleep in just 5 more minutes. Like.
And when you're doing dopey, you play the 5 more minutes each morning. Like,
it gets even more.
It's like, okay, this time, and it's like a 10K, I can do 5 more minutes. And then by Sunday, you're just like.
And my tip for the bus, even if it just gets you an extra 20 seconds, I always go straight to the back. It's just so I can like stay on the bus a little bit longer as people leave.
Dude, that's not a minor tip. That is a great tip, because especially if it's like raining or cold. Oh my gosh, 10 seconds longer in a heated bus is like an hour.
It
Beautiful.
It makes all the difference.
Just does something mentally for me, just to be the last person off the bus. So I always go straight to the back.
That's the day you wanted the bus to get lost. You're like, dude,
I know. Hit a couple red lights and just kind of take a wrong turn.
You got all these
other wine and dine. There were like 6-minute rides from Coronado. I don't know how it happened. But
yeah, 100. That's where you can tell. Again, we gotta close the show. But here's the thing. Like, it's kind of like, I was gonna ask you about, like, what's the craziest thing you've seen tourists done at Publix, but like on a Run Disney bus, as we're getting ready to transition to Run Disney week here next week, you can see the Run Disney veterans on a bus, and you can see the Run Disney rookies on a bus. The Run Disney rookies are all like, we got to get to Epcot. We got to get to Epcot. The Run Disney veterans are like, dude, if we have to go like by the airport to get there, cool. As long as we get there before the national anthem, we're cool. Yeah. Like everybody else, like they're amped. Like, let's get there, dude. We got to get there. Do you want to stand out there for 2 hours and be freezing and shaking? No, let's just enjoy the heat, turn out the lights. Let's all take a little nappy nap and we'll all be good. But it's so funny. And I used to be the person. I was the rookie that used to be one of, but now I'm old, and I just like, turn out the lights. Let's all go to sleep. Let's don't be all chipper.
Yep. Oh, the chipperness on the bus though. The people that have like the most excitement and like are talking like this is a classroom. Let's be quiet.
This is a quiet moment. We're reflecting on our decisions.
Oh,
that's what we're doing.
If you people listening, like, what I'm talking about.
Oh, I love it all, but it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm just like, 20 more minutes of sleep is so
and
good.
It's fine. I love the people are excited and they're talking and like talking about their race history. It's fun. It is fun to listen, but I'm usually not going to be the one engaging in that conversation. That's why I'm the guy in the back of the bus.
It is, but it depends. Like, because usually you've told yourself, I'm going to go to bed at 8:30 the night before, and there you were at 11:30, struggling to get back to your room and deciding, okay, now I got to put the bib on. Now I got to dig out my socks and my compression sleeves. Like, it's you didn't get to bed till midnight. You just made bad decisions, and now you're like, oh, just 30 more minutes of sleep, please. Yeah, so. It's on.
Dang, now I'm like mad I'm not doing like Princess or Marathon.
Last minute flight.
Dude,
you can Google last minute flights, right?
Southwest had a 6-7 sale. get in. There you go.
7.
Those flights. I got a 2-queen room. Let's go.
I don't know, Scott. You sound under the weather. I think you need to take a couple sick days, January 7th to the 9th.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's close this thing out. Jason, thanks for saving us this week, coming on, making the shows awesome, and Happy New Year to you and Vern. It's going to be a big one in 2026.
Always happy to be on the podcast. Happy New Year, guys. 2026 is going to be a great one.
I don't know if you can give it to us, but what's your pick for the national champion here in the next week or two?
Ooh, that's a great question. I can give that. I think I'm going to lean Georgia. I feel like Georgia has gone as under the radar as Georgia can be. Their offense can hang with people. And then obviously Kirby Smart, one of the best defensive minds in the game. So I feel like they're kind of flying under the radar. You get like an Indiana and Ohio State kind of making headlines. I feel like Georgia I think they can hang. Gunnar Stockton's been very efficient as a quarterback. Yeah, I'm going to go Georgia.
You heard it here first. I agree with that pick. That's a strong one.
I'm going Oregon.
Ooh, Oregon's a good one.
I don't know. I just want
Dante
to be
Moore.
Different.
Yeah,
I like to be a little different.
Should I say Roll Tide?
Don't. Unless if it's a jinx. Unless if it's the Mike jinx, then yes, please do.
Jinx.
You don't want me to say that, but it's I think they'll. Of course, by the time this comes out, the game's over. But
right, I do. I honestly do like that Georgia pick though. Like they're rolling at the right time. It seems like too. Like
I really like. I haven't liked their quarterback, but like he keeps proving me wrong every week. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna lean into it, and I'm gonna pick him. Oregon's a great pick though. If Dante Moore continues to be the elite quarterback,
because like I feel like this year now they are under the radar where they had all the pressure last year and then Ohio State smoked them. Like I think this could be a better fit for them this year, but we'll see.
And that huge advantage of not playing in the Big Ten championship game and getting rest.
Yeah.
That's a big one too.
Then they had like an easy draw. I mean, I don't want to say easy draw, but they kind of got
yeah.
Texas Tech is a tough defense. They can get after a quarterback. That's going to be tough.
First round.
Well.
Texas.
And then they just like had half their team like not even playing in the second half. Like,
they kind of rested starters then in the second half too.
Anyway, we're talking now. It's a college football.
It's college football podcast.
We had to do it for a few minutes. We had to. Sorry about that. All right, we're jumping out of here. Don't forget the show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next vacation. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. No additional cost to you. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That helps support the show, and you can become a patron of the show. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. When you do that, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Thanks to everybody who does that. You guys make the shows possible. I appreciate that so very much. You can follow us all on the social media. I'm at BRGuestMike on Instagram, X.com, and Threads. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT, but you got to check them out at Must See Adventures over there on YouTube. Scott, real quick, what's happening on the channel here as we kick off 2026?
Yeah, so we got the Wine and Dine race weekend recap to get you excited for Marathon Week coming up, but we're going back into the deep into the catalog. We're going to have a Canadian trip that we took Halloween weekend of 2024. It's going to be lots of fun. Niagara Falls, Canada's Wonderland. Should be really good. And then we'll go into our last year's summer trip. So lots of fun coming your way on Must See Adventures.
Like and subscribe here in the new year. Must See Adventures over there on YouTube. And Jason, where can people check out everything happening here as we get to the ultimate time of the year in college football and pro football too as well? Super Bowl coming up here in less than about a month.
Yeah, you can find me on CFB Numbers at Twitter. If Georgia loses, you're more than welcome to make fun of me in my comments. Or if you want to keep it more Disney, I'll be in the Discord. Same thing, Jason at CFB Numbers. Happy to talk Disney, football, whatever you want. It truly is one of the best communities out there. So if you're not part of the Discord, please join up as soon as you can.
Thanks, Jason. We appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of fun having you this week.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. And check out the Clubhouse. It's free for everybody. It's the nicest Disney community out there. Seriously, the best people. We just have a great time. It's free for everybody. Come on over to beourguestpodcast.com/Clubhouse. And we will have a live call-in show this Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give us a holler. We'll talk Disney with you. And that's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. All right, jumping out of here. Hope you have a great weekend. So for Scotty G and Jason down in Celebration, I'm Mike here in Missouri. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
Who does Georgia have? Is it Ole Miss?
They do have Ole Miss. I actually got invited to be on a podcast to talk Georgia Ole Miss, so I should probably brush up on that.
It's like that's kind of interesting because, like, I mean, their head coach is in there right now.
Yeah,
obviously.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss can run with them offensively, but I feel like the loss of Lane might be too much.
I think so too.
I don't know though. They played.
I just feel like Georgia, every time I've watched them play, like their defense might give up a couple. Like Tennessee kind of got them early, but then like their offense always responds. And I feel like if you have Kirby Smart in your corner, like defense is probably gonna figure it out. So
because they can lean on their defense usually if they need to.
I don't want to like Gunnar Stockton. I hate the way he throws. That's not how I would play quarterback, but he just keeps being good. I don't know. At some point, I think I just have to
accept that he's okay. Yeah.
All right, hang on a second. Stay here for a second. Hang on. Okay, guys, I'm going to turn off the live. Okay, see you guys later.